Coming up next on With News, a day of action against online bullying, questions over Canberra's new bus timetable and the NGA's newest sculpture unveiled.
Across Canberra and its surrounding regions, this is Win News.
Tonight, thousands of Canberra students demand action on climate change. The emotional first anniversary of the bushfires that devastated Tathra. And a new federal government incentive to take on new apprentices. Good evening, I'm Geoff Phillips. Also coming up tonight, Canberra's National Gallery splurges $1 million on a sculpture that melts down to a puddle. Hundreds of thousands of students around the world have walked out of the classroom to take part in a global movement to combat climate change. Garema Place in the heart of the city was packed with student protesters today, aiming to gain political attention.
Thousands of students took an early mark from school today, turning out in their droves at Garema Place, aiming to bring attention to the growing climate crisis. There's hopes positive action can address climate change before it's too late. Alison Hutley, Win News.
Monday marks 1 year since a bushfire ripped through the far south coast town of Tathra, destroying 67 homes. Win News reporter Samara Garner is in Tathra. Samara, how is the community 12 months on from that devastating blaze?
Geoff, the impact has been devastating, but slowly and surely the town is getting back on its feet. While some have sold up and moved on, construction is underway, rebuilding those homes that were destroyed. We caught up with one resident looking forward to a fresh start in their new home.
Well, when it first happened, Samara, what I wanted to do was just build what I had.
Yeah.
And then over time, I realised it was never going to be the same house.
On March 18, 2018, the home Fran and her family had made memories in for decades was gone in minutes when fire bore down on Tathra. Samara Gardner, Win News.
A small furniture fire inside a Casey home has caused scenes of panic, with a disoriented woman rushed to hospital suffering smoke inhalation last night. The blaze broke out inside her Kamali Street property around 7:30. A man and two pet dogs who also live there made it out unharmed. Firefighters extinguished the blaze quickly, preventing major damage. The Education Minister disputes Canberra Liberals' claims that there's not enough being done to tackle disturbing incidents in the ACT school system. It comes as today marks the 9th annual National Day of Action against bullying and violence.
Recent reports of violence in the ACT school system has the Canberra Liberals continuing calls for an independent inquiry.
It's too serious an issue and it impacts our students, our teachers, our principals.
Small businesses across rural and regional Australia are making the most of a new federal government incentive to take on new apprentices. The $60 million wage subsidy trial has seen more than 1,600 apprenticeships funded so far.
A potentially appealing pitch to a regional employer like this one struggling to deal with Australia's growing skills shortage. Given the trial excludes any employer that engages its staff under an enterprise bargaining agreement or currently employs an apprentice, Mike Kelly warns it's an ill-conceived band-aid on a vocational education system in crisis. Emma Groves, Win News.
Coming up next on Win News, the National Gallery of Australia's new $1 million melted candle. And final preparations underway for Sky Fire, which will light up Canberra's skyline. Canberra commuters are heaping praise and criticism on the city's new bus timetables in equal measure, after months of debate over how the latest network should look. There are now concerns the overhauled roster may be also difficult to fully staff a month and a half out from it taking effect.
With the full network plans now in the hands of travellers, the wheels are well and truly in motion for a new era of bus travel.
A $1 million candle is now lighting up the National Gallery of Australia, and melting wax is all part of the changing sculpture. The 4-metre high artwork, Francesco 2017, features a middle-aged man holding a mobile phone.
In his hand is not an art book, It's a mobile phone and a device that's emblematic of the world we live in today.
Canberra's Autumn Festival Enlighten will go out with a bang tomorrow night as more than 100,000 people line Lake Burley Griffin for Skyfire. Now in its 31st year, the fireworks extravaganza will see all eyes on the city's sky for 18 minutes.
Before these very colourful explosions bring life to our lake, this army of experts has to get to work.
Friday Sport is next. We head out to Canberra Stadium as the Brumbies prepare to face off against the Waratahs. Plus the Gunners and Nationals ready to fire as the Waratah League comes to town.
This report brought to you by Harvey Norman. Shop with confidence. Need advice? We're here to help.
The Brumbies will be pushing for their second win of the season when they hit the field tonight against arch rivals, the New South Wales Waratahs. WIN News sports reporter Caitlin Chalmers is out at Canberra Stadium. Caitlin, you've got a special guest with you.
That's right, Geoff. I'm joined by Brumbies and Wallabies superstar David Pocock. Poey, thanks so much for joining us. I'm sure you'd rather be inside preparing to play tonight. How is the calf coming along?
Yeah, coming along well. Disappointed to pick up a little tear against the Rebels, but you know, that's all part of it, and get to sit back tonight and watch the Brumbies take on the Tars.
Well, hopefully you're not sidelined for too long and we see you back there out there sooner rather than later. Thanks for joining us tonight.
No worries, thank you.
And Geoff, it's not too late for fans to get down here to Canberra Stadium for this clash. Kick-off is at 7:45.
Good on you, Caitlin. Enjoy the game. Super Rugby isn't the only live sport in the nation's capital tonight, with GWS to host Geelong in the final round of the AFLW at Manuka Oval. It's been a tough season for the Giants, who currently sit fourth in Conference B. However, the players are determined to finish on a high in front of what they're hoping will be a big crowd. Geelong heads into the clash off the back of a big loss at the hands of Fremantle. First bounce is at 7:15. Finally, a reminder you can catch all the Formula One action from the Australian Grand Prix right here on WIN across the weekend. Tanya has the weather, and how is the weekend looking?
Geoff, the cloud cover will be sticking around with the chance of showers. I'll have all the details after the break. Hello again. After last night's deluge in parts of the region, it was dry today, but there is still the slight chance of some evening drizzle for parts of the south coast. Peter captured a moody and misty start to the day. If you're out and about over the weekend, take a weather snap and email it through. And now let's have a look at the details from today. Winds were gusty at times along the coast today, reaching 56 kilometres an hour at Ulladulla, which saw a top of 22 degrees. Taking a look at temperatures further south, Bateman's Bay saw a top of 23, 24 the high for Bega. Our humidity remained high in Braidwood for much of the morning, still sitting on 80% at 11 a.m. Top of 19 degrees for Bombala today, 1 to 15 for Perisher. Taking a look at temperatures about the ACT, Canberra started the day on 12 and topped out at 25. Taking a look at those rainfall totals in the 24 hours to 9 a.m. now, storms delivered 83 millimetres into the gauge at Murray's Flat, while Cooma picked up 17. On the satellite, a coastal trough in combination with a high pressure ridge to the south of the state is directing a humid easterly airstream across eastern New South Wales, increasing the risk of showers and storms there, while an inland trough about the western slopes remains slow moving. On the synoptic, small scale lows may still develop within that coastal trough, which may increase the risk of heavy falls near the coast. And during the weekend, showers and storms may extend across the northern inland as that inland trough moves further west. Taking a look at the forecast for the south coast, cloudy with a high chance of showers. Nowra expecting 23 degrees, 23 also the forecast high. Further south, the Snowy Mountains is looking partly cloudy with a medium chance of showers in the east, a slight chance elsewhere. 7 the low for Bombala, heading for a top of 21, 19 the high for Jindabyne tomorrow. The ACT can expect a partly cloudy day with a medium chance of showers, most likely in the afternoon, 18 the forecast high at Braidwood. For Canberra, again the chance of an afternoon shower tomorrow. Taking a look at Canberra's temperatures for the week ahead, staying cooler over the weekend and into Monday. We are expecting to see some showers before things clear up and heat up midweek. That is weather for this week. Geoff, enjoy your weekend.
You too, Tan, and that is Win News for this Friday night. Enjoy your weekend. Good night.